Hi, I'm Cody Gibson, founder and creator of Swift Hippo. I'm so excited that you're a part of our organization and a part of what we're doing. It's been my intent since the very beginning to put a package in front of real estate agents that didn't cost a fortune. Trust me, I've been around the internet lead generation and pay-per-click and ad campaign game for a really long time. And it's incredible. And it's something that I believe every realtor should do. The problem is that until Swift Hippo, it was too expensive. Like to even be able to walk into the game, you'd have to spend $500, $800, $1,500 a month just to begin getting started. And that was just to get your foot in the door. The idea behind Swift Hippo was how could I make it more affordable to the average person, more affordable to the typical real estate agent who goes out and sells houses and works hard for a living. And so while we're getting things set up, you're in the phase right now, if you're seeing this video, you're either watching it really late, also welcome to being a realtor, right? Or you're in the phase where maybe the seller site is still being built out for you and the ad campaigns are beginning. And I just wanted to let you know the way the ad campaigns work in the beginning is that there's no science behind this. Like there's no absolute, I'm going to do these 3 things and these 5 things happen because of it. It's a moving target depending on what city you're in or what state you're in, or even sometimes what's happening in the environment around you or what's happening on the world stage or the global stage. So what I want you to know is this: depending on what platform you chose, tier 1, tier 2, or tier 3. Now, depending on where you are, you can always upgrade. Or if things get weird for you or financially difficult, you can always downgrade for a while too. That's fine also. Though stay in the game. Don't ever give up on the pay-per-click. It does work over time. It is a long tail game. It's not something that you do for a month or 2 and sell 10 houses. I mean, the first 3 registrations you have could be 3 sales, or it could be 20 registrations and no sales, and registration 21, 22, and 23 are 5 sales. Who knows? Like this is a game that you just play for a long time. So what I want you to think about is this though. For the first couple of months, we're going to be monitoring your ad campaign really tight, especially if we haven't been in your area or things are different in your area or in your city. So for instance, at tier 1, where it begins with at least, an average of 6 per month, you might have 8 or 9 or 12, though let's say it's an average of 6 or more per month. On month 1, 2, and 3, you might have 9, 10, or 12. You might even have 4 one month. And that's where we go, we really need to do more in that area, or tweak the ads, or change the ads, or change if we're doing them here or here. I mean, at the end of the day, you just want the registration so you know who to call and who to put into your drip campaign and who to nurture. If you're in the middle tier and it's like, all right, 12 or more, on month 1, 2, and 3, we might have a month or 2 that we're 15 or 16 and a month or 2 that we're 7 or 8 or 6. What's important though is that we stay in communication with each other and that we continue to work together on it. So by the time we hit month 4 and 5, especially in an area, because we don't sell a bunch of these in every single area, like we'll go into an area and say, hey, we can probably have about this many based on traffic or based on leads. It doesn't do us any good to completely flood a market. Like we have to maintain some exclusivity to it. By the time we get to month 4 or 5 though, like we've got this thing usually humming along pretty well. So for our long-term users that have been with us for a long time, since we opened the company, many of them, like if they're at the tier where it says 12 or more, they get 12 one month, maybe 11 one month, 13 a month, 12, 13, 12, 11, 12, like they're right there. Very little over, very little under. There's no way to hit it exactly head on unless we were to stop spending the second we hit your number. And that's just not what we do. Like the way that we built the organization was we don't have hundreds of employees. Like it's all built on a shoestring. Like we're giving the very most that we can for the very least that we can possibly charge. So just know those first few months could be a little more, could be a little less. If you're getting a little more than what you thought when you signed up, don't get too excited. There might be a month that is a little bit less. There's an average in this. And if you're getting a little bit less, don't get discouraged. It might take us 2 or 3 months of trial and error to make sure in your city we can get you to the number that we promised. There's even been an instance or 2 that it's really difficult to get to a number that we sold. And we go back to our customer and we say, hey, in the city that you're in, you ought to downgrade your account because it's just too difficult. Like it's too small of an area or it's too finite of an area. We can't hit the number. We'll always be honest though. If it doesn't seem right, send us a message. Get back in touch with us and say, hey, I'm curious about ABC. Just like in a real estate transaction, almost nothing is irreparable as long as we have great communication. So I sure am glad you're part of the organization. It's been my pleasure to build it. It's been something I've wanted to do for a really long time, and I hope this message helps. Good luck. And remember, these registrations don't do you any good if you don't work them. And you got to work them over and over and over. In my own sales business that I'm still active in, we recently sold a home a couple of weeks ago to someone who's been a registration, started as a registration from just like this 46 months ago. Some we sell immediately, and some are in 40 or 50 months. I think our record right now is about 62 or 63 months of dripping on somebody from the time they registered to the time they sold their home. That's a really long time. However, I'm still going to be in the business in 62 months, so I might as well be working every day. I'm Cody Gibson. Thank you for being a part of Swift Hippo.